Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Xfinity. Call 1-800-XFINITY today for a great offer. Ram Trucks, engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram. And by Meijer. Score big savings and tail greater this football season at Meijer. The best hockey video game is in stores now. EA Sports NHL 14. You can lace up the skates and score goals like Jonathan Ericsson, which brings us to our EA NHL 14 player spotlight. And that is on the big 6'4" defenseman. The last 8 regular season games have been going well for Jonathan Ericsson with 5 points in that time and a +7 rating. And the ice time going up and up, playing alongside Nick Kronwall in the Red Wings' top defensive and shutdown unit. And back inside Joe Louis Arena on this Saturday night. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond with you as we pink the rink on this Breast Cancer Awareness Night, 7th annual for the Wings, all part of the NHL's Hockey Fights Cancer Month. You'll see Jimmy Howard and pink goaltender equipment tonight. Pretty cool stuff, and all the fans in the building contributing and proceeds to various cancer institutes, all in a great cause. Our goaltenders are brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Ray Emery, a longtime teammate of Daniel Alfredsson in Ottawa, makes his second start for the Flyers. He lost at Montreal 4-1. It was 1-0 after 2. He was great in that game. Won a Stanley Cup with Chicago. Outstanding regular season. And there's the man in pink tonight, all for the great cause. Jimmy Howard facing the Flyers for just the second time in his career. The referees, Mark Jonette and Kyle Raymond. The Flyers have won just once in this building a couple of years ago. The only time the past 24 years, going back to November 4th of 1988. The Red Wings have Datsyuk with Zetterberg, and the new wingman up there is Todd Bertuzzi on the top line. Grossman on defense along with Colburn for Philadelphia, numbers 8 and 5 respectively. They'll be out there to watch Pavel Datsyuk, Zetterberg, and Bertuzzi most of this night. At least that's the plan to start. Off to Zetterberg in the corner. The Red Wings leading point getter lost it back there, and his countryman Nicholas Grossman has it. One of the shot block leaders in the National Hockey League. Good play on Giroux by Bertuzzi to allow Datsyuk to bring it back in. Stops and turns in front to Zetterberg. Sharp angle and off the side of the goal. Just off the outside of the left goal post for Henrik Zetterberg. Brought on here by Braden Colburn, who came over from Atlanta for Alexei Zhitnik. What a great deal that turned out to be for Philadelphia for number 5. It's right in on Howard. He'll hold on. We get our first stop of the game. 61 seconds into it. And Mick, there are the lovely pink pads.
Well, you were talking about those a couple of days ago. They just got here, eh?
Yeah.
On Thursday after practice.
Right.
In the old days, a goaltender would never wear pads. Look at that beautiful stuff. Look at all that Vaughn equipment. Yes, sirree. And so 2 days of practice, and boy, they're on his legs trying to stop pucks. That's pretty amazing stuff.
All because they're a little shorter this season. No, not really. But he's got the trapper going and the blocker too, and good work by everybody.
When I was down in the dressing room before the game, and they were doing some work on a set of goal pads, and I was looking at what's inside of them, and I said, made a comment. I said, no more horsehair, eh?
No.
It's all kind of a bubbly kind of stuff.
They're light now.
They ever.
Sent toward the goal. That's knocked away by Quincy, who's on defense with DeKaiser. Reed couldn't get a clear shot away. Philadelphia Flyers have really had to juggle their lineup since last night's loss, as they have it now in tight.
Penalty.
Howard made the save, and a penalty coming here to the Red Wings for hooking, says Kyle Raymond.
Well, a bobbled puck in the corner leads to this scoring chance, possibly a bad angle, but still it could have been a serious looking play, as DeKaiser's going to go to the box.
For hooking.
Hooking's the call. You might have guessed it. That's what gets called more than anything in this game these days, is new head coach Craig Berube, who has been a Philadelphia Flyer pretty much most of his NHL career. He was an assistant when they made the change, and he gets the top job at Peter Laviolette.
So the Flyers are on a power play, and a good save there by Howard as Jake Voracek let the shot go from the right point. As Craig Berube is the all-time penalty minute leader among current coaches in the National Hockey League. He's an all-time Philadelphia Flyer And to show you how much Craig was thought of in the Flyers' plans as a head coach perhaps a few years ago by GM Paul Holmgren, Craig was sent to the American Hockey League to man the bench when John Stevens was hired from the AHL to coach the Flyers. Many were surprised by that. He had been an assistant coach, but the Flyers wanted him to learn the bench, how to manage a bench, and then he came back as an assistant. So he has some of that experience. As Voracek takes a shot, knocked down in front and cleared.
Luke Glendening took his first face-off this year as a Red Wing. Interesting position for him to be in. He's a good skater.
Saw some time in the preseason making his National Hockey League debut, Luke Glendening, number 41. Remember Brent Gilchrist, a hard worker, wore that number for the Red Wings. Kronwall on defense with Eriksson. Glendening moves up to the point to try to block here, out there along with Drew Miller. Philadelphia's power play 2 for 23 thus far on the season, in which they are 1 and 4. Sent down the ice by Kronwall.
We talk about going to the frying pan to the fire. Glendening's in his first game, a couple of minutes in, he's killing a penalty. Pretty serious responsibility right there. But the Detroit Red Wings the other night were absolutely horrible in the face-offs against Phoenix. They got bombed badly.
4% they were.
Almost 2-1.
Yeah. Brought on here by Reed. Very versatile forward. Sent one in front. That puck is knocked away. Couturier, boom one back to the line. Point shot gets blocked. Cleary in front of that. Off the stick of Mark Streit, former New York Islander. 27 points with the Islanders last season for Streit. At the point going in, Eric Gustafsson, number 26 for Philadelphia. Comes to the line and Reed will hold it in. Moving one over here to Streit. That went off Couturier. Brought on here by Weiss, and he'll shoot it in with 5 seconds remaining in the DeKeyser penalty. Weiss over there to get it. Talk about face-offs. Weiss had a horrible night. By his own admission, he said he has to be better. The team does too, but him first and foremost.
Well, he had the unfortunate happening of losing a draw cleanly that ended up right in the back of the net. You can lose them clean, but if they don't go in, you get time to recover.
That was the 1-0 goal, a save there made by Howard. Adam Hall, the former Michigan State Spartan. Quite a few from the CCHA in the lineup tonight as we bring you our Toyota dealers scouting report.
Well, Glendening is the guy we're highlighting tonight in our scouting report, and he had a great playoff for Grand Rapids last year, brought energy to them. He was a free agent, never drafted. There's old Brent Gilchrist's number, but this guy shoots from the right side. Gilchrist shot from the left side. But don't you think that smile he had on when you were talking about him this morning in the dressing room is worth $1 million, boy.
For sure. DeKeyser racing to that puck, beating Max Talbot to it. Red Wing fans from his days with Pittsburgh know all about Talbot. Sent back here for DeKeyser from Glendening.
2-2's on the ice.
Who gets it back to the line to Miller and just wide. Glendening, Miller, and 2-2. Red Wings want some energy from this line and strong on the forecheck. That puck is sent out at center as the Red Wings in the midst of a change. Kindle moved in quickly. No room at center and backhanded right back in by Philadelphia. First of 3 meetings on the season. There'll be 2 meetings here with the Flyers. One in Philadelphia as Datsuk looks to steal. Cleared back to the line out at center. Red Wings have to tag up. They do that. Luke Schenn on defense with it. Schenn, number 22, former Leafs first-round pick, 5th overall. Came from Toronto to Philadelphia in the James Van Riemsdyk trade. Wayne Simmons. Played one back and a shot in on Howard will be held. Two years a captain, Luke Glendening, at the University of Michigan. 4 seasons there in all. CCHA top defensive forward as a senior. He went to the Red Wings development camp this past summer on his own, just to improve his skating. As Mike Babcock says, he knows how to play. He's an everyday player. He does it right. And at some point, he's have to go from center on this team to wing because center is such a clogged position if, in fact, Darren Helm gets healthy. But that's how highly they think of Glendening. He's going to play in this league. May have to switch off to the wing and center to stay here in Detroit.
Well, he's listed as a winger, but nonetheless, he's at center tonight replacing Emerton. But
That point shot, Emery stopped that and then closed off the short side on Alfredsson. So in all the juggling, Alfredsson's gone down to the third line here on the right wing. No icing, that was deflected. As Alfredsson plays alongside Ilka Anderson and Daniel Cleary. Intercepted by Philadelphia's Giroux. Played one back into the slot and a shot in front, knocked away. Giroux in there hunting for that puck. Boy, Giroux's had an awful start. 5 games without a point to start the season. And he's more often than not a point per game player in the National Hockey League is Claude Giroux.
It's a tough spot for Brian Lashoff to be in, playing against one of the top offensive guys in the game. Not right now, but it won't be long before Giroux starts lighting it up. He's a beautiful young hockey player. We'll be back in a moment.
It's special, there's not too many people who get to play for a team that they grew up watching. I remember as a kid coming to these games with my dad and how big of a deal that was. And to be here tonight and have the opportunity to play.
Great story. Very few guys play in this league anymore that are undrafted.
And that guy, Eric Gustafsson, on the defense for the Flyers from Sweden, played at Northern Michigan and played against Luke Glendening in the CCHA. Simmons tried to clear, couldn't get it out. Timo Timonen, former teammate of Jordan Tutu in their time in Nashville together. But they zigged at the line and Wayne Simmons flipped one into the corner. Simmons out there against Kyle Quincy. They played together as members of the LA Kings. Simmons with it and a shot gets blocked. Weiss got in front of it. Wayne Simmons with it again. Looks in front. That was blocked. Simmons had been playing on the top line with Giroux and Hartnell. Penalty coming here before the Flyers' injuries.
Philadelphia going to the box for the Mem shows. De Kaiser hooking, they called that. One more time.
Number 12, minor penalty for hooking.
So the Red Wings, who are the only team in the National Hockey League that have not scored a power play goal, have a chance to do it here. There's the little wee thing in the hands.
And Michael Rappel, the Austrian who goes to the box playing in his first NHL game, gets his name in the record book.
He's in the box score.
Yes, he's in the box score. That's right. So the Red Wings 0 for 10, 30th in the league on the power play. Flyers penalty killing, 22 of 26. They really like to pressure. Craig Berube's trying to change this system a little bit for Philadelphia from Peter Laviolette. They want to be a real skating team. But still not the quickest in the league by any stretch. Grossman interfering with Kronwall all the way back. They let that one go. Wraparound try, scores! Bertuzzi! Power play goal. There it is. 1-0.
Wow. Was he ever in the right place at the right time? Kronwall got hooked and the puck goes to the corner, but he keeps going. He ties the defenseman up. And it was Bertuzzi that came from the right of the goaltender. See, by the time he got around to look, he went off the defenseman's stick right between his pads. So they had him all mixed up. And Big Bert gets his first and the Red Wings' first power play goal, and that didn't take long.
So a good night for Todd Bertuzzi so far. He's in the first power play unit now, and as well playing on the top line with Datsuk.
Gotta love that.
Zetterberg.
That's a nice one.
Yes, it will be. The faceoff will come back down into Philadelphia territory. So now the Red Wings have a power play goal on the season. Their first, no longer in the 0 for category. They have been 0 for 10.
Well, you know something else, Ken, too. The fact that they only got 10 chances in 4 games tells you the story, too. They haven't been puck controlling like they like to and forcing the other team to take penalties. Only 2.5 average per game. That's not really normal. Normally, they're 4 or 5 per game every night.
Datsuk, Zetterberg, and Bertuzzi. Point shot knocked down and away from Datsuk, who finds Zetterberg rink wide with it. Zetterberg got knocked down hard to the ice by Luke Schenn, who's year after year the defense leader in hits in the National Hockey League. The last 3 seasons, number 22 Luke Schenn is the number 1 in the league from the blue line in hits. Long stretch pass intercepted at center by Giroux. Puck is tipped through and his shot just missed and glanced off the stick of Jimmy Howard and just wide. Good chance there for the rookie Ty McGinn, playing in just his 19th NHL game. So with the injury to Scott Hartnell, they've called up McGinn and Raffle from the American Hockey League. And you think about it, Scott Hartnell, Mick, is out 2 to 4 weeks with an injury in upper body. The last 31 games, he has no assists saved by Emery. And Hartnell's been playing on the top line in Philadelphia in the #1 power play unit. Back to Kindle, behind the goal to Weiss. Weiss gets taken to the boards by Timonen, a reliable defender, number 44. In comes Abdelkader. Flyers don't get it out. Good pressure, Detroit. Franzen looks in front, and it went off a leg and deflects to Ray Emery. Well, let's bring you the injuries that the Flyers had last night against the Phoenix Coyotes, who beat Philadelphia after Phoenix won in here. Hartnell goes off to the left of your screen, heading to the bench, and here was the last for Vinny Lecavalier.
Boy, that looked innocent enough, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
They say he may only be a week or so with what they're calling a lower body. Hartnell, 2 to 4 weeks.
He just doesn't look like a Lecavalier in that uniform.
No.
Does he?
Well, it's the 0
Maybe
on
it's
the
the
4.
number. Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wore that. His grandfather loved Bobby Orr, and why he had number 4 before being bought out by Steve Yzerman and the Lightning, and then bought out there and winds up with a big contract in Philadelphia. Draw one there by Detroit, but it comes right back out into the middle. So a face-off win there for Glendening, and we'll get another stop in play. Ray Emery, what a season this guy had last year with Chicago, a Stanley Cup win. He went 17-1 during the regular season. He won his first 12 starts, first goalie to ever do that, and won a Stanley Cup behind Corey Crawford, who went the whole way for Chicago in that regard, and then came to Philadelphia, where you know they've always had problems with goaltending in Philadelphia year after year. Steve Mason has carried most of the load for the Flyers this season with 3 one-goal losses, and he's the backup tonight to Emery. Steve Mason, former Rookie of the Year with the Blue Jackets under Ken Hitchcock. That'll be offside as it's brought in by Detroit. They couldn't get in cleanly. And what is it about Philadelphia goaltending? You know,
well, I don't know.
From Brizgalov being bought out, you go down the line, and year after year, we think Detroit's hard on goalies. Well,
Yeah.
Chris Osgood may tell you a thing about that. But there's Steve Mason, who had such, what do you have, 10 shutouts? A rookie year for Columbus. But again, if you look where Ken Hitchcock has coached and look to St. Louis last year, goalies have a tendency to get shutouts under a Ken Hitchcock system. And Steve Mason really never lived up to that first year.
There's a reason for that. But Tony O has a record of 15.
Right. All by his lonesome.
That's pretty amazing. Boy.
And he did it without wearing glasses.
Right.
Didn't they always
Tony, you know what? Tony could, he was a roommate of mine in Montreal for a while. Tony could stop a shot in close, but Jacques Lemaire must have scored 20 goals from center ice.
I remember.
Tony couldn't see.
That's right.
Until he finally got contact. He had no idea what the heck was going on outside the blue line.
So he never saw you coming and going in the room really late at night either.
Right? Because he wasn't there.
I see.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Right, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, we were rookies together at Montreal, staying in a hotel room together, believe me, before we moved into the rectory of the church. We would take care of business there. We take collection on Sunday morning. Oh, yeah.
Bertuzzi tries to go in. Datsuk's got it. Finds Zetterberg. Quick shot in front, hoping for a redirect off somebody. Again with a lead pass for Voracek.
Speaking of Tony played at, I think it was Northern, or one of the Northern universities in Michigan. I forget which one it was, but remember those guys used to come to town and you wouldn't see Tony for 2 days except on the ice.
Datsuk trying to get that puck free. A second attempt he did. Now Jonathan Ericsson goes over to get it. Red Wings with a much better start to this game than a couple of nights ago. They can't get through there. Claude Giroux passes one over and McGinn's got it. He'll shoot it in. He's a big body. Simmons goes in there, taken out of the play. Johan Franzen with Abdelkader and Weiss. Weiss will get out there once Datsuk goes off. And who would have thought a year ago that Justin Abdelkader would be the key to a line? Because things weren't going well, and Mike Babcock saying yesterday, I need Abdelkader somewhere else to ignite a line. We're going to penalize Pavel and Henrik and take Justin Abdelkader away from them. He wouldn't have thought that at the start of last season, that he'd be the catalyst.
Right.
So hopefully...
Well, he's earned it.
Yeah.
He's earned it.
Franzen going with Weiss now. Abdelkader with it. Racing in goes Zach Rinaldo. In front on Howard, and a good stop there.
Wow.
Miller gets checked on the way back. Shen gets hit by Abdelkader. Two big hitters in there back of the goal. Adam Hall able to move one through. Hall goes in back of the net along with DeKaiser. Weiss gets checked, came right in front. Going over there is Chris Newberry, number 45 for Philadelphia. Former Red Wing in the 09-10 season. Played 4 games with Detroit, got himself a goal. Quincy in back of the goal. Newberry went in on the forecheck. Quincy got it to DeKaiser. The Red Wings have mixed up their defense pairings tonight, too, with Lashoff coming in for the healthy scratch and Brendan Smith.
Well, you know he wants to keep it simple.
Whoa, strange bounce here. Glendenny's got it back of the goal. Into the slot, and Alfredson able to hold it in and cleared by the Flyers. Lead pass up the middle. Going after it is Reed. Their first, though, is Kronwall for Alfredson. Played out at center. Sean Couturier back into his own zone. Mark Streit has to hurry back. Cleary was mucking it up. Couturier had it. Now in the 8th overall pick from 2011. Number 14, Sean Couturier, who had 5 shots on goal in the loss last night to Phoenix. The Flyers were booed off the ice in the 2-1 setback. But in Philadelphia, they boo their grandmother, don't they?
Another pretty good chance there. Yes, they do. I was a bit... I just don't understand that. But...
Well, they're off to a 1-4 start. 1-2 at home is Philadelphia. They've only scored 5 goals their first 6 games. That pass intended for Bertuzzi, but no icing because he was down there first and, in fact, did win the battle. Did win the race to the puck. Nicholas Gross. Up wing boards. Bertuzzi bumps his man as Hindle. We've now got Lashoff as a defense partner. Pavel Datsuk weaving his way through. Gets checked. Avoids the hit from Voracek.
One of the boys downstairs just reminded me that the Philadelphia Eagles fans booed Santa Claus. So that tells you what's going on over there.
Intercepted at center. Abdelkader, Zetterberg goes to the goal. There's a lead pass! And just shoveled it wide. Good back check by Michael Raffel.
Big hit by Abdelkader.
Simmons taken to the boards by Kindle. Braden Shen, number 10 for the Flyers. Knocked down Weiss. Braden Shen 10, brother Luke 22. Braden Shen stepped into Kindle. Came free here for Abdelkader. Leading Franzen. Timonen took him out of the play. Simmons has it. Pass taken cleanly, and Braden Shen at center.
Easy to see already, Ken, that the Red Wings have a ton more energy and jump and enthusiasm and urgency than they did the other night against Phoenix. Even though they've only got 4 shots on goal. But they're a lot quicker on the puck tonight for sure so far in 15 minutes.
And the crowd senses that too. Cleary spins one back toward the goal. That'll be held by Ray Emery with Alfredson right there. Bodied by Luke Shen in front. So the first for Todd Bertuzzi and the first for the Red Wings tonight. The The Flyers assistant coaches, Ian LaPerriere, took a shot to the face, which helped end his career. His nose broken more than a couple of times. The Flyers went to the front office for their assistants when Craig Berube took over. LaPerriere was director of player development, and John Paddock was director of player personnel. Previous 3 years was assistant general manager in Philadelphia. So they've got a pipeline right up there to Paul Holmgren.
LaPerriere looked like Yzerman or what?
I don't know if Stevie will like that comparison, but
Well,
however.
you'll have to take it. He does.
If you say so.
He does look like him.
Really?
Quite a bit like him. I'll show you again when we get a chance.
I don't think Stevie wants you to, but okay.
Well, LaPerriere would love to be compared to Stevie with his hands, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Tough customer. Competitor, for sure.
And plus, Steve's got different colors on his shirt, too.
Here's clearing. Alfredson moved up. Good pressure there by Anderson to free up the puck. He's got it now, back in front. And Alfredson gets checked just as he was going to shoot.
Nothing danger here. Have a look now. Look at that, right on. A lot like him, just in the face. But look at the collars. You see, Steve doesn't wear those collars that way. Neither one of them have very much
his ass
on the top.
Oh, on the top. You're talking about a first set of hair and a second set of hair?
Yeah, exactly.
Like some people have?
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean.
Way to go. Yeah, that kid was a competitor. I remember when he got hit in the face. He came back and probably shouldn't have late in the playoffs that year. But he sure came to play.
And the Red Wings have come to play tonight in a 1-0 lead. A power play goal from Todd Bertuzzi. Penalty coming here to Philadelphia.
.331 to go, and if you're red hot, keep her going. And that line had just started on the drop of the puck, so they'll stay out there for the first at least 40 seconds of the spot.
And now the other guy just called up for the Flyers goes to the box. Time again, so both of the rookies get the $59 fan pack to see the Wings battle the Blue Jackets October 15th, to see them take on the Sharks October 21st. 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 soft drinks for just $59. 313-471-7575 now. Ticket executives are standing by. Red Wings on their second Bell Tire power play. They scored in the first, looking for another. Alfredson back in front. Bertuzzi just missed in a bid for his second of the night. Alfredson has his second assist as a Red Wing tonight. He, along with Kronwall, got the helpers on Bertuzzi's power play goal.
He's got no luck at all right now. If he handles that puck cleanly, it's 2-0.
Pavel Datsyuk for Henrik Zetterberg. Back to Datsyuk, tipped it to the slot. Shot Kronwall high, Emery never saw it. Kronwall moves in. Datsyuk holds on to it. Fought off a check, made the play somehow to Kronwall.
Oh, nice job.
Nice diving effort to keep it away from Max Talbot. Save made by Emery on his former teammate Alfredson, and sent down the ice.
Pretty good 55 seconds, though, by that line again.
Alfredson may have an idea of 3 on where to shoot on Ray Emery, that's for sure. 2:25 to go, period 1. 55 to go on the power play for Detroit. Abdelkader with Franzen and Weiss. Kendall and Eriksson. Eriksson back in front. And with Samuelsson a healthy scratch tonight, Eriksson getting some power play time on the back end on the second unit.
Yeah, he normally doesn't. He's on the penalty kill all the time when he's not in the box himself. And he's playing along with Kronwall against the other team's top lines all the time.
Franzen, here's some of the Red Wings yelling mule, mule. Moving in is Eriksson. He gets checked. Philadelphia able to use it off the glass and out by Timonen. 5 seconds to go on the power play as Franzen carries in. One last chance here for Detroit. Penalty is now over. Out of the box comes time again. In his 19th National Hockey League game as it's cleared back, and Kindle's got it at center. For DeKeyser. 1:15 to go, first period. Shots 9-7, Philadelphia. Back of the net for Eric Gustafsson. And that puck is up and out of play. With 63 seconds to go in the opening period, you're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. Ericsson's first as a Bruin. Tuukka Rask was great. And Columbus played Boston today. Those are the two next opponents for the Red Wings. Red Wings will be in Boston, and ironic, they'll be in Boston Columbus Day, Monday afternoon, and Columbus comes here on what'll be Columbus night on Tuesday. That'll be an 8 o'clock start, by the way, 7:30 Red Wings Live. Game's been moved back to help accommodate the Tigers and the Red Sox on Tuesday. So it'll be all Boston, Detroit we'll be thinking about. Hockey and baseball over the next few days. We'll be in Boston, Columbus Day, Monday afternoon, 12:30. Red Wings Live from Boston, and then Columbus back here, 8 o'clock Tuesday night.
Well, Detroit sports fans were sure excited, on fire, entertained, and liked with the masterpiece that Mr. Verlander threw in Game 5. Boy, was he on top of it. And as a result, the Green Monster is going to see some activity tonight as the Tigers start in Boston.
I got up the lodge fairly quickly to catch the last 2 innings of that game after this one ended.
Yeah, so did I.
Pretty fast.
Yeah.
The boys in the parking lot didn't think I could get home to see the end. I said, yes, I will.
No.
Wasn't speeding. No, just drove carefully.
There you go.
Eriksson at the point with a shot and a save by Emery. Penalty coming here to Philadelphia. They took way too many last night. Zach Rinaldo in the game against Phoenix. Craig Berube knows took a bad penalty at the end of the second, and Phoenix scored a power play goal. And Andre Mazzaros, who also took some bad penalties late in the game, is scratched tonight. So got to play with discipline. These aren't the Flyers of old. They're going to crash, bang, fight all over the place.
Yeah, well, in today's game, I mean, equality is what the NHL is all about. And if you can't score on your power play, you're going to have a hard time beating other teams. First of all, you get your chances. Now, Detroit's average 2.5 per game. They're going over that right now with their third already tonight in the first period.
And Datsyuk kicks it ahead. A shot saved by Emery. Good stop.
That was.
Alfredsson clearing it in. Bertuzzi, who's got the power play goal tonight. Datsyuk with a shot, and Emery. No rebound there with 2 seconds to go in the first period.
That was a 10-bell save by Ray Emery, I'm going to tell you, with his right toe. Pavel Datsyuk right there. I don't even know if he saw it. With Bertuzzi firmly planted right at the top of the crease like Holmstrom used to do. That's the way they want him to do it. And that almost paid off. Now just 2.1 seconds left. They won't pull the goaltender. People don't do that anymore like they used to in the old days. Under 3 seconds, they'd have him out of there, but not anymore.
As the puck flies off the composite stick so quickly, maybe it just gets to the other end faster.
Maybe.
A Ram first intermission. The Red Wings with a strong first period. Our goaltenders will be talking about that. Chris Osgood and Darren Elliott will talk about the Todd Bertuzzi goal he scored on the power play. And Justin White in conversation with Todd Bertuzzi here in the building. But until we get to that, we send it back to the studios, the goaltenders, and the guy who loves to score on them when he can, Trevor Thompson. Should a Detroit player get a hat trick, bring in a copy of the scoring summary from this game to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries. You can find a copy of that scoring summary in your newspaper or on the Red Wings page at foxsportsdetroit.com.
And that'll give me an opportunity to take a look at our reverse replay brought to you by AT&T U-verse here in the first period. What had happened, and several things, pretty equal shots on goal. Look at that bobble. That's the one I talked about right there by Daniel Alfredsson. Good pass across the front from Datsyuk, and if he handles that, it's 2-0 Detroit. Bertuzzi almost got the deflection there. Here's young hockey players. I want you to watch right here. Hold it right here, guys. Danny, watch number Stephen Weiss right here. He's going to go to the corner. He knows it could be dangerous. What does he do? He makes contact first with his right shoulder. Look at that. To make sure that he's not getting hit from behind. That's what you want to do when you go to the boards. Nice clean play. Clean thinking by Stephen Weiss right there to take the danger away before it gets there. That's recognizing the landmine before you get underneath it.
Todd Bertuzzi, who scored a Bell Tire power play goal in the first, looks for his second here as the Red Wings begin the middle stanza on a power play for a minute and a half as the Bell Tire power play carries over. Their third try of the night. Zetterberg just offside. trying to pull it ahead, but just couldn't do it with the Red Wing captain, who led the team last season in 46 games when he had 37 assists. His 48 points, second by 1 point to Pavel Datsyuk. He had led the Red Wings in points the previous 3 seasons, prior to Pavel winning last year in the shortened campaign. Daniel Alfredsson just holds up his check, allowing Kronwall to give it to Datsyuk on a back pass. Chipped it forward for Datsyuk. Stopped on Timonen. Delayed to Alfredsson at the point. Back for Datsyuk. Zetterberg quickly in front and just wide. Kronwall had moved in, with Bertuzzi being a bit of a decoy in the slot. Now the puck's knocked away and a chance here. Trying to get back is Alfredsson, and a save by Howard on a good try by Matt Reed.
Wow.
Flyers at a short-handed penalty shot try last night from Adam Hall that was missed in Phoenix in the 2-1 loss, as that puck was off a skate. Kindle. And fired back down the ice. So the Red Wings 1 for 3 on the Bell Tire power play tonight. Weiss brings it back into the middle. Puck's knocked off his stick. Red Wings in the midst of a change and just got off as Quincy played it. Quincy backs up. Gets it out of the reach of McGinn, who had it again, though, on to Giroux. Along with Voracek, cut to the middle, but knocked off his stick. Defensive play there by Danny DeKeyser. Jake Voracek. A bouncing puck at the line. Strike did well to keep it in. Voracek back to the line for Schenn. Hit his own man with it as Giroux was knocked down on the play. Puck to him again. Claude Giroux waits. Back to the line. Strike shot in tight. And it was knocked down by Miller. He's blocked more than a few of those in his career. Now wearing that extra padding on his gloves to do so. Blocked another one right there to Drew Miller. 2-2 went in there against Strike. Red Wings fourth line out there. Quincy ahead for 2-2. Can't get past Strike at the line. Tried again, though. And Simmons was able to take over for Philadelphia. Raffl, the rookie, gets held up. There's going to be a penalty here. Going to the Red Wings and Glendening. The holding will be the call.
You know, Detroit defense.
Detroit number 41, minor penalty.
Joining the rush against. As 55 snuck in the back door, and there's Danny Alfredsson trying to make that perfect play again. Boy, he's been snake bit the last couple of games on plays like that. That's very fortunate he didn't take a penalty there at all. And here's the penalty now to Glendening for interference.
So Philadelphia with the third most power play chances in the National Hockey League. 1 for 8 on the road they are, and 0 for 1 tonight included. But with the Philadelphia injuries they've had to contend with, they've had some struggles in scoring goals. Only Buffalo has scored fewer goals per game than Philadelphia at 1.2. Buffalo, an even 1 goal per game, 4. Timonen got hit hard by Cleary as Kronwall sends the Flyers down the ice. Ray Emery back for Kimmo Timonen. Long-time Nashville Predator, so solid on the back end to Braden Schenn. And Howard will grab that.
Well, Danny Cleary, who's not afraid to throw himself into the middle of stuff, It's not difficult to hit Timonen high. He's just a shorty. That's a solid hit. Right on the boards. Better off right against the boards than 5 feet away. As he kept the elbows down just enough not to draw the attention of the referee.
Red Wing penalty killing, including tonight, 10 for 10 at home. Dropped that fairly, so they'll do it again. Red Wings on the short end of faceoffs in the first period by just 4% for the Flyers, who won 52% of the draws. Drew Miller tried to scoop it around, couldn't do it. Came to the line and held in by Erik Gustafsson. Point shot by Streit, knocked down in front and cleared away.
It was really good hustle by Drew Miller and Pavel Datsyuk after they lost the puck down there to scramble out to the points and make the decision a more difficult one to make for the Flyer defense when they end up not even getting a shot on goal.
35 seconds remaining in the penalty to Glendening. Puck's knocked down by Quincy. Flyers regain control. Streit to Gustafsson. Gustafsson shot one, save made by Howard. Gustafsson on it again, but played it back and inadvertently out to center. Gustafsson in 3 seasons with the Northern Michigan Wildcats and the CCHA had 93 points for the Swedish defenseman who's got the puck now. So he can go on offense from the blue line for sure. Howard played it, puck got knocked down. The penalty is now over as Glendening has it right out of the box. Ray Emery will play it around the boards and no icing as Kindle will get back. Bank one off the boards for Bertuzzi. Zetterberg reaching out for it, had it. Little flipper to Kindle and kicked in. And soccer play there. That's why they do that all before the game. Gets him ready right in the slot. Puck's loose. Zetterberg, great play to knock it out of the air, but the net is off its moorings.
That's exactly right. The left foot kicked that in. It wasn't an icing, and we'll give you our Timberland hard hits of the game, and we're going to turn it back to a couple of years ago. Oh, my goodness. Jake Voracek. Boom. Oh, yeah. He got Kronwald like nobody else. Today, that would have been a major penalty because the contact to the head was first.
They thought it should have been at the time.
Right.
Remember that? Flyers were complaining. That was in Philadelphia. Well, you would expect that, just like Red Wing fans would.
Well, when he's on the ice, Kronwald, you better keep your head up.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get your bell rung. It won't sound pretty.
And it may not stop ringing for a while.
You got that right.
Lashoff and Kindle on defense. Saved by Howard. Another shot. Howard stopped that too on Michael Raffo. First NHL game. Penalty tonight. Some shots on goal. Some chances for Philadelphia. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit. Presented by Bell Tire.
We got to the period of other teams could talk to pending free agents, and got a call from a few of the teams, including Detroit, and just kind of felt that fun to try something else. And that's how it all started. They talked about how I could fit in on this team, and it felt like a nice challenge at this point in my career.
Nice with the Old English D's, a big Tigers fan, as is Henrik Zetterberg and Jimmy Howard, and Daniel Alfredsson has 4 boys ranging in age from 2 to 10. They're all in school here. He bought a home in Birmingham just around the time that training camp started.
He'll get it going.
As an assist tonight, that shot off the back of the net for Braden Shen. Abdelkader. Puck came back to center. Goes off the stick of Simmons. Who came over from LA with Braden Shen, and the deal for Mike Richards. He went to the Kings. Behind for Raffl. Gustafsson played it into the corner. Back to Raffl. Shot gets blocked. Simmons with a turnaround try and just wide on the stick side of Howard. And Timonen moved in deep. Abdelkader all over him. And then on top. Braden Shen with it. Shen with some room now. Howard Florida to make a good save. Scrambling back. Gustafsson a shot. Slew of humanity in front of the goal. Back in comes Voracek. Tries to dig it out of skates. Abdelkader. Franzen. In for Quincy. Took a hard hit from Nicholas Grossman.
Tired too. Hard to protect yourself, and you're making yourself vulnerable when you're not as fresh as you'd like.
Kronwall to Zetterberg. Kronwall jumping in. He has it. Defers to Datsuk through his skates. Abdelkader to Datsuk. It's like old times for Abdelkader in the midst of a change.
As I said, Daniel Alfredsson will get it going. He's too good a hockey player. His second assist of the year tonight. But he's had some turnovers. He's -3 coming into the game tonight. And he's struggling to just get comfortable and find a home. Like Stephen Weiss, it takes a bit of time.
He won the Calder Trophy Rookie of the Year back in 95-96. Played every game that year, scored 26 goals and 61 points. He's the highest scorer from the 94 class of draft picks. With 1,110 now, picked 133rd overall. Boy, between Datsuk, a later pick, Zetterberg, a later pick, Alfredsson, a late pick.
A lot of very good players way down there. Holmstrom was another one.
Couturier in for Talbot. Along with Matt Reed. Strike fakes a shot. Found a lane, hit his own man in front in Reed. Couturier goes for the puck, but grabbed there first by Kronwall, feathered ahead for Joachim Andersen. A bouncing puck in, and Emery will continue to play it. Red Wings in the midst of a change. Datsuk right back out. Thought at the start that Craig Berube may want this line against the Datsuk line. Mark Babcock getting at the tail end of it. That would be fine, I guess. And out comes Giroux to oppose him again. Zetterberg with Bertuzzi. Puts on the brakes. Stops up inside the line. At the half boards. At the hash marks. Datsuk goes in. Knocked the rookie off the puck. And again. Pavel said, that's mine. You haven't been around long enough. Calder's Bertuzzi. Penalty upcoming here to Philadelphia. Great work from Big Todd Bertuzzi. And it'll create a Red Wings power play opportunity.
Well, we get a penalty other than a hooking call. It'll be holding. Hallelujah. You're right. It's a good job by Bertuzzi to protect the puck, and that's why they like a guy that size.
For holding.
One hand on the stick, you don't recommend that, but Bert has done that for a long time. There it is. When that left arm comes out around there, you know that call's going to be made. The referee right there, by the way, was too busy trying to get out of the way. That's why the guy at center ice made the call.
So Bertuzzi, who's got the power play goal tonight, takes a rest for a moment. Red Wings 1 for 3 man advantage. 4 of their 10 shots in this game have come in the power play. 45 seconds away from it.
10 seconds of the second period. Shen's 2 minutes to hold at 10, which means it's time for another Red Wings.
Kindle skated ahead. Left there for Franzen. Weiss to Kendall. Red Wings regroup. 30 seconds gone in this Bell Tire power play. Franzen trying to muscle past. Braden Colburn's got it. Abdelkader went down. Loose puck. And a race for it, and Kendall got back. Franzen to Datsuk. For Bertuzzi. Reversed it, but Talbot was there to intercept. Datsuk recovered, made a good play here to Alfredsson. Passed in front for Bertuzzi, who blocked that one inadvertently, and that hurt as Datsuk let it go. To Kronwall, the shot, that's blocked. Datsuk off to an open wing. Franzen there to pick it up. Flipper goes back here. Kronwall, rising shot high off the glass. Alfredsson, good job to keep it in. Franzen went for a pass, it was a weak one. And the Flyers easily intercepted. Here's Alfredsson, who's got a terrific shot. Alfredson back to Datsyuk. Now to Kronwall. Back to Datsyuk. One-timer. Oh, went on Emery and out the other side. Zetterberg now with it. Gets it back from Datsyuk. Kronwall halfway down. Zetterberg shooting wide. Datsyuk on the rebound. Nearly knocked it out of the air and in. Kronwall. Zetterberg to Alfredson. Looks across. Kronwall fires. Scores! Power play goal. 2-0.
What a pass by Alfredson. You could see that coming because there was traffic in front. It'll be his second assist of the night for the veteran Swede. See that nowhere to go with a shot. Oh my, that's a perfect pass, and talk about a perfect shot. I don't think it went off the defenseman. Short side, high, 2-0, and 2 seconds left on the power play. So the Red Wings are 2 for 4 on the power play tonight with Bertuzzi up there.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, at the start of last game, which didn't turn out like we had planned in our open, you talked about players going to the front of the net,
right,
creating screens on the power play. You showed Thomas Holmstrom, and that's just what Todd Bertuzzi did right there.
That's what they want him to do. And it's not to move around a whole lot. You're that big. You're giving the goalie fits if you just try to do your job and screen him. Holmstrom scored a lot of goals like that in redirections.
So Kronwall with a goal and an assist tonight. Alfredson with 2 assists. Good save by Howard. Puck's loose in front. That's a key stop there just after the Red Wings had scored to go up by a pair. Scores! Oh, that one goes in off Howard's stick in front. Found the top corner. We're a little buzzer happy here, but the Flyers get on the board and make it 2-1.
Well, I think Jimmy Howard just had this go off the inside of his goal stick. It was a good play by the Flyers' Schenn to hold on to the puck so long, make the play to the point. It didn't hit anybody. It took a short hop is what it did. It was kind of knuckleballing, and it fooled him for sure.
Gustafsson.
The back look at it. Did we catch it? Yeah, watch this. Boom. That took that funny hop up over the pad, under the blocker, and right into the net.
Yeah, that never even seemed to hit Howard, did it?
Goaltenders have to hate that. He may have got a little wee piece of it. Watch this. It was the second bounce that it took off. It was like a short hop at short stop. And the Flyers cut themselves a break, and they're back in the game, 2-1.
Oh, Eric Gustafsson, who came into the lineup for Andre Mazzaros tonight. 34 seconds after the Red Wings had scored, the Flyers replied after Howard had made a good stop. Now, Red Wings look to regain a 2-goal lead. Both Detroit's goals on the power play. Play right in front of the Philadelphia bench. Alfredson poked it through. Schenn knocked it away. Lashoff in his season debut for the Red Wings. Toward the goal goes Reed.
I think that's off the crossbar. Boy, was that a good chance coming from the wide side. So all of a sudden, on a crazy wild hop, the Flyers get life, and they almost tie this game. Well, Todd Bertuzzi was moved up to the top line by the coaches. First power play goal for the Red Wings right there to get the Wings off to a 1-0 start, but he's done his job going to the front and staying there. Here the Kronwall goal. He's moving across. Looks like the goaltender had trouble picking it up, and sure enough, it ends up in the back of the net. So Todd Bertuzzi doing a very good job of playing with those two guys. And he told us that first intermission, I just got to keep it simple, try to stay out of the way, and set these other two guys up.
2 more games will match his total of games from last season. Linesman just getting out of the way as Matt Reed shot the puck. And falling down to Lonnie Cameron, the veteran linesman. That's just pray, please don't hit me. Couturier got it through. Reed went heavily into the end boards. Point shot, Timonen, save made Howard. Couturier sent it wide. Boy, Sean Couturier had a great opportunity there. Got the puck again. And Howard will hold that.
He's got enough. Time to shut her down. Oh, the Flyers with all kinds of life right now after that funny hop goal to make it 2-1. Boy. 22-14 of the shots. Detroit got outshot very, very badly the other night. Gave up 38 shots and 21 quality scoring chances against Phoenix. And right now it's 22-14 for the visiting team again, and that was way too close for comfort. He had the upper corner. He just missed it. Couturier.
Finley Howard as we mark Breast Cancer Awareness Night here with the pink goaltender equipment. Players had pink tape on their sticks during warm-up, and they're being auctioned off here in the building tonight. Silent auction to raise money for various cancer programs. Proceeds all going to Cancer Institutes in the Metro Detroit area. Puck's knocked down as it doesn't get out. Voracek. Ronwall McGinn, and a penalty coming to Detroit. Hooking. And the call of the night. Kyle Raymond's going to put the Red Wings shorthanded. Flyers are going to go to their third power play. Don't get shut out. Get a Red Wings 10 or 20 game plan for your ticket to the best matchups of the season, including original 6 rivalries. Ticket executives are standing by. 313-471-7575 now.
Well, giveaways sometimes lead to goals against you, but more often than not, they result in your team taking a penalty, and this is exactly what happened here. When Eriksson gave the puck away, was unsure what to do with it, turned it over, and then ended up taking a penalty, so the Flyers go back to the power play.
They've had 3 shots in the previous 2. No team, and it'll go back.
52 seconds of the second period. Eriksson 2 minutes for holding at 13:52.
Voracek came over from Columbus in the Jeff Carter deal. And has since joined, as you know, Mike Richards, a former teammate here in Philadelphia and Los Angeles, where they were Cup winners together.
Been a lot of turnover now that you think about it. The last 2 or 3 years.
Flyers for sure, and Briere gone, and Chris Pronger. Penalty coming. Philadelphia. That'll even things up with 45 seconds. That's all the Flyers had to work with on that power play try. Here's the call.
Good second effort
Philadelphia number 17, minor penalty for holding.
by Drew Miller. Does he hold him?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he wrapped the arm right in there. You can see the here. You're going to dance with me, says Simmons. He took him by the arm. Drew Miller says, "I'm not walking down the aisle with you. Thank you very much." So he goes to the penalty box. There's the giveaway I was talking about right there. Flyers on the turnover. Bang. Eriksson ends up taking a... I can get this thing to clear, and there it is, finally.
So teams play 4 aside. Daniel Alfredsson with 2 assists tonight, giving him 3 points as a Red Wing. Kindle. Taken away here by Sean Couturier.
Good away.
Quickly moved. Franzen skate the stick. From a cute angle, couldn't have a clear chance at the net. So Kindle walked the line. The Kaiser into the glove of Ray Emery. We'll be back in a moment. Alexander Edler, second-time offender. Thomas Hertl, the hit to the head the other night. Vancouver, San Jose. Hertl's already got 6 goals. He's suspended 3 games. Colorado under Patrick Roy, the fine young team they have. A 4-0 start. First time since the Cup year in 95-96. The Red Wings get Colorado next Thursday night. Shot from the point, held by Emery, loose in front of the goal. As the teams play 4 aside here. Nothing else transpires. The Red Wings will have a power play in a dozen seconds. Coburn with a lead pass. Knocked down at center by Kindle, and back come the Red Wings. Turns inside the line. Left it there as Weiss played it. Just onside. Given up here to Cleary on a Flyer giveaway. Red Wing belt tire power play in effect as Kronwall skates back. Zetterberg and Cleary just didn't get over the line or to the line. As Zetterberg brought it in, Cleary was going for a change, and thus the play is offside. The two captains conversing there, Giroux and Zetterberg. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Kronwall could have kept that puck in the zone if he wanted to there, but he decided to bring it back out because the penalty had expired for Detroit. They wanted to regroup and try to enter the zone as 5. But it was offside anyway with Cleary.
Datsuk, Bertuzzi, and Zetterberg, Kronwall, and Alfredsson. Knocked down by the Flyers. A dangerous pass by Coburn to Grossman.
Bert knew he almost had himself a picnic.
Zetterberg for Bertuzzi as Zetterberg collided with Kronwall. Datsuk with a shot. Hit a body. Cleared and a race for it as Simmons will get there as the Flyers return to full strength. So Simmons in Detroit territory. He gets checked by Eriksson. Some heavy slashing going on.
How about that slash?
This will be icing.
That should not be, and they're going to call it, and Abdelkader's going to have a meeting. This was two sticks coming together with the puck. And Abdelkader's going, what do I got to do to get your attention? That shouldn't have been icing. And Mike Babcock's looking on wondering, down in that corner, it's hard for the coaches to see. Watch the slash by Simmons right here.
He took exception to the cross-check from Eriksson, I guess.
Yeah. Wayne Simmons is a tough character, too.
Yeah.
He can handle himself.
Abdelkader back with Datsuk and Zetterberg for a moment as he's joined out there off the icing, and they make a change here. As Franzen is out with Anderson. And Abdelkader. To Kaiser. Reverse that, and Franzen didn't get to it in time. So the Flyers will pump it right back in. Howard leaves it for De Kaiser. Franzen to Anderson. Emery with the save. The fact that Ray Emery can still make saves in this league after what he's gone through, the reconstructive hip surgery. Many thought he'd never play again, but what determination by the Flyers goaltender to bounce back the way he has.
Quite a regimen to work out with a private trainer and just dedicate himself to having another chance to play, and it worked.
Took a few years.
How about that?
Changed his personality too, back in the days when he played with Alfredsson in Ottawa, when you never knew what was going to happen. Oh, that nearly, you didn't know what was going to happen there. Howard had to kick out the right pad to make that save.
Something in the ice there in front of Jimmy Howard in this period. That's a couple of bad bounces he's had. Minute 48 left, and shots are now 23 for Philadelphia, 18 for Detroit. So the goaltender has a goal go in like that. All he could do is go, nothing I could do about it. It was a bad hop. You hate to see him happen, but you're going to have it happen when you play goal in this league.
Ray Bishop was the one who designed that mask for Jimmy Howard. Draw one by the Flyers came quickly in on Howard. I don't think Pavel Datsuk thought that faceoff was fair and square. Zetterberg onside.
55 was lurking in the neighborhood there. Woo.
Datsuk hops on that loose puck. He's joined by Cleary. Datsuk right in on goal. Off the side of the net. Emery came out. So Cleary up with Datsuk and Zetterberg.
That was a great chance by Pavel. He had to shoot the puck there. That was a great scoring chance.
Cleary tries to find it. Eriksson and Kronwall. Abdelkader for Weiss, just too far for him. Gustafsson, who has the Flyers goal, gave it up there to Franzen. Bouncer in that Howard will scoop and hold. With 33 seconds to go in the middle period.
Oh, here's that great chance and a bad hop by the Flyers, and Datsuk jumped on it. See right there, guys? The defenseman stayed in the middle till the last second when he challenged Datsuk when he knew he was going to shoot the puck. Nicely played by Grossman. I don't think Pavel got that one where he wanted it. Kind of slid off the toe of the stick, but he's had a lot more jump to do, just like his tonight, like his mates have. Over 40 minutes so far.
Got 5 goals and 9 points in 8 career games against the Flyers. Emery holds it. These two teams are going to meet 3 times in a season now for the first time since 92-93. And again, this is the first time they've ever been in the same conference. The Flyers came in from the original 6 to the next 6 to make an original 12 in 1967. And since then, first time the Red Wings and Flyers have ever been in the East together.
Yeah, it's another interesting foray into a different organization that you don't see much of, only once a year in the past, and last year none of it.
Right off the draw, shot blocked from Zetterberg. Zetterberg another shot. Late going here in the second period. I haven't seen much of the Red Wings fourth line.
No.
Pretty much going with 3. And coming up in our intermission report, brought to you by MGM Grand Detroit. Trevor was in the studio with Chris Osgood and Darren Elliott. We'll talk about the power play, which is 2 for 5 tonight with 7 shots. And Jimmy Howard's play this evening. He's faced 24 Philadelphia shots.
Well, you've got the lead after 40 minutes. That's what you'd like to do if you're drawing it up. And Jimmy with a little bit of a routine before he heads in for a bit of a break here after 40 minutes. If they can hang on to it here and head to Boston 3-2 on the win-loss column.
Trevor, take it away.
Well, Mike, you talked about wanting to see more urgency from your team. How do you like what you've seen thus far tonight?
Well, I thought we had good specialty teams. I still think we can go way better. I really do. I think this third period is a good test of our attitude and how we approach it. We want to have our foot on the gas. We don't want to play cautious. That doesn't mean we want to be real smart and take care of the puck, but we want to go after them. And to me, that's confidence. So we got to feel that here this period and go get them.
We appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, Justin, Mike, thank you. And a reminder to vote for your Red Wings McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the Steak and Egg McMuffin or Biscuit. Using your cell phone, text WINGS followed by a space, then the player's uniform number to 37338, or vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. Final results, post-game edition of Red Wings Live. And now here's a look at our big boy plays of the game. Mick?
Yeah, well, the guys in the studio, we're talking a lot about winning small battles and puck support, and we got lots of that in the first 40 minutes from the Detroit Red Wings. Abdelkader there clearing with a huge hit on Timonen. Quick on the puck, boom. Datsuk doing his masked man act again, stealing the puck. Abdelkader, like he is normally, grinding all over the ice. Eriksson hard on the puck, steals it, takes the slash, keeps on going. I think that Mike Babcock's got to be pretty happy with all of that so far here in 40 minutes. As we get set for period number 3 as Bertuzzi
welcoming him to the NHL. Time again, playing in just his 19th game. Scored 3 goals, though, a season ago. Red Wings have 2 goals tonight from Bertuzzi and Kronwall, their first goals of the season, which gives the Red Wings 10 goals on the year, scored by 9 different players. A 2-1 lead for Detroit. Save made there by Howard in the slot. Datsuk able to knock it away, but Philadelphia will keep it in. Braden Coburn. Datsuk knocked one away to Zetterberg. Last 3 Flyer games, all 2-1 scores. That's where we stand right now. Philadelphia lost 2 of those 2-1 scores. Won the other over Florida. This will be icing. In fact, that's the only game the Flyers have won this season. They've scored 1 goal in each loss, 2 goals in their 1 win. And without Hartnell and Lecavalier injured for Hartnell 2 to 4 weeks, in case you joined us late, Lecavalier for at least a week. Under Craig Berube, their new coach, they won his opener against Florida, then lost last night in Phoenix. So the Red Wings catching the Flyers now on the consecutive nights having played.
Well, you put it all together. If you don't get number 24 going, Giroux, who's got no shots in tonight's game. Claude Giroux, 28 rather, not 24. You're not going anywhere. Your best player, he lit the league up for the last couple of years. He's a great hockey player, but he's off to a very difficult start. But he's your key.
Yep. No points for him yet.
Flyers go if Giroux goes. Without him, it's going to be tough.
Giroux had 76 points in the 10-11 season, 93 in the 11-12 campaign, and 48 last year in the 48-game season.
He was on, I mean, he was just on a, I don't know what to call it. He was on a tear all the time, all over the ice. Stuff going ever, and Billy Joel hits us with Saturday night.
19th captain in Flyers history, 35 assists, led Philadelphia last year, is 48 points, 14th in the league. The 22nd overall pick in 06, it was a pick when Bobby Clarke went up to make it. He forgot who it was. The Flyer fans remember well now.
Clarke, he said, I got a good memory, it's just not very long.
Yeah. He'd like to forget his start.
Well, he's too good a hockey player to go without any points. Got 14 shots coming into tonight's game, which is almost 3 a game.
Off the backboards, right into the slot. Knocked down. Oh, and it stayed out.
How did that second one stay out?
Howard dove over. I don't know if that hit the side of the post. May have caught the right post on the way past as Howard came over, stretching out. Back here to the line to Gustafsson, who has the Philadelphia goal on a bouncer from the blue line. Gustafsson interfered with Franzen. Back in come the Flyers. No room there for Raffl. Luke Schenn with it. Knocked out of the air and right back to Howard. A deflected puck from Voracek as Kronwall played it back. Zetterberg knocked it ahead, blocked the stick. Bertuzzi on the move. Penalty upcoming. Checking to see if Todd Bertuzzi's cut. Already missing the teeth, we know that.
Well, those are hanging up in his stall and his normal teeth.
Yeah.
Look at this save by Howard. Oh my gosh. 2-1 game. That's a 10-bell save right there. Followed up by Simmons. Holy smoke. That is incredible. Watch this again. Oh, that's a beauty right there. Game saver. That one hit one of the Flyers right in front of Jimmy, but that is a huge save. And there's a look at your penalty. No question about it. Power play again for Detroit and Jimmy Howard for that save. If Detroit wins 2-1, I give him a star. Star of the game.
So Red Wings power play here, blocked in front of the net. There's Giroux with it. So the Red Wings, who came into this game as the only team in the league without a power play goal, have 2 tonight. And by that, a 2-1 lead in the game. Zetterberg tried to slide one through. Kronwall, Datsuk scores! A nifty backhander by Pavel Datsuk. 3 power play goals.
And 3 assists for Daniel Alfredsson, I believe. Holy mackerel. That was a dandy backhand, and that took exactly 31 seconds for Detroit to score another power play goal. There's Bertuzzi doing his thing right in front of the net. Does Emery see it? I don't think so. He looked, it was already in. He's going, where did that come from? Here's the look. Look at this. Oh, yeah. No chance at all. Right up over top of the right pad for Datsuk. He didn't even look. Oh, not many guys can do that, but the magic man, Pavel Datsuk, look at that smile. Let it go, kid. So 3 power play goals.
Kronwall, 2 assists and a goal tonight. Alfredsson, 3 assists. Pavel Datsuk's got a
power play showed up.
3rd Bell Tire power play goal.
How big is that save by Howard now?
Yep.
I'll tell you what.
So Alfredsson, who had a forgettable night 2 nights ago, making his presence felt tonight. And you know, even though this is only 5 games in, the power play could not be denied for much longer. It was a matter of time. But here's a chance for Simmons. Shot went harmlessly wide.
Well, if the Flyers are going to show some wear and tear from last night, now is when it usually comes out in the third period. Let's see how their legs are.
Well, these two teams both coming off losses to the Phoenix Coyotes. As you say, Philadelphia just last night. At home, Pavel Datsyuk restores a 2-goal lead the Red Wings enjoyed in the second period of this game.
Pavel's second of the year, and he's had chances to have probably 5 goals, a goal a game for sure. He batted it around the other night, which is very unusual for him. Usually he's a lot smoother than that. It was a rough night for a lot of people the other night, including Mr. Datsyuk. Not tonight.
Came right in front of the goal at the strange bounce. Alfredsson for Cleary. Joachim Anderson in back of the net. Alfredsson with 4 assists now as a Red Wing, looking for his first goal. Cleary's stick got held. Luke Schenn with it. Nice pass for Talbot, nowhere near. Tough pass for Lashoff to handle, but he did a good job for Anderson. Cleary tipped it ahead to Alfredsson. Looks for help. Point shot saved by Emery. Off the blast from Eriksson.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Alfredsson looks pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice play right there. Drive the blue line, post up, and wait for somebody coming late. It was Eriksson.
That's a familiar foe for him in Philadelphia. One of those years with Ottawa. Bertuzzi nicely out of the air and just offside. Your ticket to the Tigers postseason is on Fox Sports Detroit. After every game, turn to Fox Sports Detroit for Tigers Live Playoff Edition. That's Tigers Live Playoff Edition tonight, immediately following the Tigers and Red Sox game, only on Fox Sports Detroit. 0-0 score in the third inning. That one tonight. Bertuzzi kicks it ahead. In behind both Zetterberg and Datsyuk. That's been the line for the evening tonight as Mike Babcock switched up the units prior to the game. Bertuzzi in front of his own goal.
I think Bird will be on that wing in Boston.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think there'll be a whole lot of changes.
Bruins
unless
beating
something happens
Columbus
here in the third period.
Bruins beat Columbus this afternoon. Voracek got it around Datsyuk. Saved by Howard. Big rebound. They score.
Wow.
Jammed home the rebound, and it was McGinn going to the goal. His 4th National Hockey League goal, just called up today, playing his 19th NHL game.
And speak of the devil, Claude Giroux gets his first point of the season on a wicked slap shot that Howard could not contain. Made the save with a blocker.
Voracek started it all with a nice play around
Right there. Wow. Perfect hop and a nice quick backhander by McGinn. And that had some mustard on it, like Datsyuk's backhand. One-shot game. 14-14 to go in the third.
Luke Schenn tries to tie up Franzen. Did a good job on it. Quincy. Franzen's got it. Just out of the reach of Stephen Weiss, who got hooked, stayed with it, bumped ahead. Wayne Simmons on the right wing with Brayden Schenn. Backhander saved by Howard.
Easy icing call. Automatic in the hybrid icing this year. In case you have joined us or haven't joined us so far, that puck was over the line and the defending player is deemed to be able to get to it. As opposed to the team that iced it, they blow the whistle right away to try to avoid some of these serious injuries of the inboards. But it's a judgment call. by the linesman to do so, and it looks like, is it Detroit that has used their timeout because of the icing and the going face-off and not able to change. And we'll take a break as they take a break. 13:45 to go. 3-2, Red Wings.
And our game summary. Red Wings get on the power play with 3 tonight. Good night for Daniel Alfredsson and Nick Kronwall. Now just a goal in front of the Flyers, though. Stephen Weiss. Tiemanen's got it for Philadelphia. Claude Giroux up his first point of the year. Shot just wide of the goal. Datsuk away from McGinn. Who recovered to take it and slapped it off the boards, and Bertuzzi. Zetterberg came back to pick it up. Ahead for Bertuzzi. And Emery with the save. Off the long slap shot with 7 gone in the third. Red Wings by 1. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit.
We're in the third period. We got 13 minutes to go. We're going to bring you our high-speed shot of the game brought to you by Charter Internet. It'll be Alfredsson over to Kronwall. Boom. Third power play goal of the night. Third Red Wing goal. And a 3-1 lead at that time. Brought to you by Charter Internet. High-speed shot by number 55. Wasn't a hit, but a shot. Way to go, Nicholas. Usually the minute leader on the Red Wings throughout the season, now that Lidstrom is gone.
Play by Kindle for Lashaw. Across center, Grossman shoots it in. Clary takes it smoothly at center. In behind for Alfredsson. Couldn't pick it up cleanly. Couturier played it, and it's up and out of play. Faceoff will come back center ice. The Red Wing join us again Monday afternoon for a Columbus Day matinee. It's also the Canadian Thanksgiving, by the way, when the Red Wings take on the Bruins in Boston. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Red Wings Live. That's Red Wings and Bruins Monday afternoon, 12:30 on Fox Sports Detroit. And then we'll be back with you from the Joe the next night with the Columbus Blue Jackets, who lost to Boston this afternoon 3-1.
We're thankful for all of that.
Yes. You being Canadian and American.
Yeah, the American Thanksgiving's not far away.
Seem to celebrate it much more than the Canadians do.
Oh, do they ever?
Yes. I think growing up in Canada, I didn't even know when Thanksgiving was until I came here.
Yeah, right.
And again, the game against the Columbus Blue Jackets will have for you 7:30 on Fox Sports Detroit with Red Wings Live. If you're coming down to the Joe, remember that game is just after 8 o'clock puck drop to try to make a little more way for the Red Sox and Tigers who go that afternoon at Comerica. And then we'll be at Colorado and at Phoenix. Chris Osgood will join me in the broadcast booth for those 2 games, making his debut in Colorado and in Glendale. Point shot gets blocked. In front of it was Raffl. Bertuzzi in behind for Datsuk. Datsuk goes to the net himself, played it back to the line in front of the pass by Eriksson to Zetterberg out of his reach. Kronwall from center and in. Ray Emery back for Braden Coburn. Bertuzzi gave it away. Reed on the intercept. And then the pass back. Didn't work for Talbot. Coburn with a shot. Howard the save. Rebound in front of the net. Howard scrambling. Blocked in front. Coburn another shot. Hit a body in front.
That's a really good play by Nicholas Kronwall to save a possible tying goal. 2-on-1, full-blown, intercepts the pass. Boy.
Howard wants to settle it down. Mixing it up as you'd expect, Max Talbot. In comes Couturier.
Mad scramble around the net. Now 33 shots for Philadelphia. Red Wings continue to give up far too many shots, especially here at home. Here's a continuation of that giveaway by Bertuzzi, and then the scramble around the net. Quincy without a stick. Bodies everywhere. It's a good thing Coburn misfired on that one. Boy, oh boy. Way too loosey-goosey inside that Red Wing blue line. 33 shots for Philadelphia and 24 for Detroit. You mentioned they gave up 38 to Phoenix the other night, so too many when you're at home, boy.
Franzen with a long bouncer in that Ray Emery will hold on to.
I guess I catch myself saying too many if you're at home. Usually the Red Wings aren't giving that many shots up anywhere, whether it's home or the road. And there's Quincy with no stick, making that save with his right skate, and Howard was diving back into it on a wide open net. The Bruins, one of the best teams in the East. The Red Wings will face tomorrow. That's why this game becomes that much more important to get your record at 3-2, because the Boston Bruins are sitting there waiting to lay a licking on Detroit, just like they did a week ago.
Simmons moved in. Here's Braden Shen. Penalty upcoming.
Yeah,
Detroit.
You can hear that slash upstairs. Real easy. Nice move by Braden Shen, though, to come off the boards, much like Datsuk does. He's been a good young hockey player in his first couple of years. He doesn't mind getting in the middle of things either. Sometimes for the unliking of the...
Detroit penalty number 9, 2 minutes for slashing.
He and his brother Luke, both 5th overall picks for their respective teams when they were taken in the draft.
There was 2 slashes given there.
Give me that to Weiss.
I know. Abdicator also had one. So 10 minutes straight up here left in the third period. A 3-2 hockey game. Red Wings on top.
Braden came over in the deal from LA with Simmons for Mike Richards. Luke Shen came over in the JVR deal. Toronto. Joining one another. Luke Shen leads defenseman, we say, year after year in hits. Philadelphia Flyers like to lead the league in hits year after year. So power play here for Philadelphia. Big fortune. Wayne Simmons. Teaming into Claude Giroux. Howard saw that. Braden Shen gets over. Intercepted. Miller skating it ahead. Going wide with it. Turning Glendening.
Once again, Mike Babcock puts this kid out here. He's only played 5 minutes in the first 2 periods. And he's out here killing a key penalty in a one-shot game.
Making his NHL debut. Luke Glendening tonight. Simmons, checked by Quincy. Drew went back to the line to Timonen and a return pass. Shot tipped to just wide. Good coverage down low by Drew Miller. Knock away from an open net. Scrum there along the boards, right in front of our Fox Sports sign. Passed off Timonen rather than shooting. He was going for Giroux. 2 back the other way. Miller getting one through. Good save by Emery. Glendening with a good opportunity. Set up by Drew Miller. As Glendening huffs and puffs, makes his way to the Red Wing bench to a nice round of applause here.
Deserve it for sure.
Ten seconds left in the Weiss slashing penalty. Kronwall chasing. Knocked it ahead. And the penalty is over. Huge penalty kill for Detroit. Flyers power play. Failed to click 0 for 4. Weiss for Cleary. Anderson moving up. Weiss in there first. Stephen Weiss. Malcolm Anderson. Couturier got in front of him. Abdelkader knocked down the outlet try. Then couldn't get past Matt Reed. Kindle. 1-on-4.
He looked over and said, oh no, the cupboard's bare. I don't see a red uniform anywhere. I think I'll just dump it in.
Now Pavel may have tried something.
Smart move, Jakob.
Matt Reed with a good first pass. Raffle gets knocked down to the ice by Eriksson. Kronwall.
Fans appreciating all of this stuff right now. Of course, it is Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah. Luke Schenn. In for Voracek. Back for Schenn. Gets checked. Alfredson. Played it back as the Red Wings want to complete a change here under 6.5 to go in this third period.
Yeah, that's communication. Right there, Eriksson hollered Alfie to come back to him to go install and let the change be made.
Pavel Datsyuk kicked it ahead to Zetterberg, and a shot scores!
Holy smoke.
Henrik Zetterberg, it's 4-2.
Pavel Datsyuk rang up about 75,000 points on the pinball machine, taking this puck off both feet at the blue line. Watch this. That thing's bouncing like a hot potato. Look at him. Stick. Burt says, I'll get it. No, you won't. Kicks it with his left foot. Kicks it with his right foot. Imposes himself. Hold it right there, guys. Look at this play. Back here, the Flyers are all looking at Datsyuk. Can't get back into play. Covering Burt. What a pass. And a bullet drive that hits Emery and goes in the net. He might like to have it back as a simple wrist shot, but a huge goal and a great play by Datsyuk and Zetterberg. Wow.
Zetterberg with his team-leading third goal. Pavel Datsyuk with a goal and an assist tonight. Kyle Quincy made the outlet pass from his own zone ahead to Pavel, albeit a bouncer, and he gets the second assist on that. Kyle Quincy will. 13:48 for another two-goal lead for Detroit. Their third two-goal lead of the night.
Now you got to lock it down. This will be an icing. Yep. They're going to lock it down now. 5 minutes and 26 to go. Two-goal lead, and with that, we'll take a break. No, we'll not take a break. We'll wait on that one. And that'd be an icing, although Detroit's already used their timeout. Philadelphia has not, but they won't go after that one. And let's take a look at
Johnny O's moving down.
Mr. Zetterberg climbing the ladder.
Gustafsson knocked it into the Detroit zone. Kindle. Reed intercepted. Couturier put it back to the line. Spin back by Luke Schenn. Sean Couturier. Safely played down ice by Lashoff. No icing. As Luke Schenn is back to get it. And there were 2 in Toronto, 22 here. The Flyers. Bertuzzi. Slashed at. No call. Kronwall knocks down his man. Datsyuk stayed with it. Cleared away from McGinn. Eriksson trying to catch up with Zetterberg. Emery seemed to have missed that one. Giroux couldn't get away first try, but now Reed with Giroux just onside, and the shot gets blocked. Another one wide of the goal. Bertuzzi for Datsuk. The end of a shift. Datsuk will force the issue while his mates change. Alfredson has it. Back to the line. Quincy shot wide. Cleary stays with it. Long pass by DeKaiser. A good one on to Cleary. Going to the goal is Anderson. There it is. But just through his legs and wound up behind him. As the puck is up and out of play, so a face-off coming up. The Red Wings by 2. A goal and an assist tonight for Henrik Zetterberg, giving him 12 points the past 13 games at Joe Louis Arena. But this goal right here is Henrik Zetterberg's first goal in that time, the past 13 games in this building. His first goal here in the regular season since last February the 24th.
And that one he got a break on. Ray Emery struck out. He just missed it. But Zetterberg will take it. They don't ask how at the end of the year. It's just how many. And a big one to give Detroit a 2-goal lead.
Hey, Mick, the Red Wings finally scored an even strength goal.
There you go.
After 3 power play goals. Braden Shen. The Kaiser got in front of him. Alfredson on a 3-point night.
2 Flyers down and both very slow to get up.
As if they haven't had enough injuries so far. Braden Shen looks to have the worst of that. He's really slow going over to the Flyer bench. Still not there yet. So again, without LeCavier and Hartnell.
They collided with each other. It wasn't even a Red Wing that got in the way, and Shen's really favoring his knee.
Well, Detroit had so many injuries last year. Philadelphia seemed to rival them in that department. The last 4 years, the Flyers really hit hard by injuries, and last night took 2 of their top 6 forwards out, and there's another who's hurting right now, Braden Shen.
Well, here's a look at how it happened. They go back behind the net. Look out. Boom! Yeah, left knee, both left knees connected. Watch this. Look at that. Holy smoke.
Timberland.
There you go. Pretty dangerous when your own players are banging you up and not the other side.
Well, the Flyers get Vancouver and Pittsburgh at home this week. Red Wings again in Boston Monday afternoon and here to Columbus at 8 on Tuesday night on Fox Sports Detroit. Four goals for the Red Wings tonight. Season high. Leading by 2 with 2:01 to go in the third. Ray Emery is on the bench with 2:01 to play. Craig Berube has pulled his netminder.
Faceoffs have been fairly even over 40 minutes. Philadelphia with a 52-48 advantage. This will be the biggest one of the game, possibly, with 2 minutes and 1 second left and 6 skaters on the ice for the Flyers. All he's got to do is drop the puck. 2 false starts.
Chopped at here by Zetterberg. And it'll go down into the Philadelphia zone. Grabbed there by Mark Streit.
Good face-off win by Pavel Datsyuk.
Matt Reed and his shot blocked. Eriksson played safely over to the far boards. But a grab here by the Flyers. Simmons hit a body in front. Datsyuk banked it off the boards for Cleary. Voracek. Giroux. Point shot, Couturier moving in his strike, chopped away by Cleary. Over the stick of Eriksson in front of the goal. Cleary's got it now. Loose at center for Datsuk with Zetterberg. And an empty net. Henrik Zetterberg in all alone and scores. 5-2. Zetterberg second of the night in his third point.
We'll credit Dan Cleary with allowing this goal to happen. Doing a great job defensively. Hard on the puck. That's been a Red Wing mantra tonight. Blocked a shot. Cleared it. He may not get an assist on it, but nonetheless, a great job by Cleary to set up Datsuk and Zetterberg there for this winning goal, or the ending goal, I should say.
Pavel Datsuk has 3 points tonight, too, with a goal and 2 assists. So he and Zetterberg with 3 points. Kronwall's got 3. Alfredsson's got 3. And Jordan Tootoo gets a final shift out there. Got the puck now with Glendening. Again checked by Miller. Tootoo lays on the body. Cleary gets a second. It's all Tootoo gets slashed from behind by Chris Newbury, the former Red Wing, albeit for a short time. But Newbury's going to go to the box. He played with Detroit for 4 games in the 09-10 season, also with Grand Rapids. And he chopped down Tootoo like a lumberjack.
Well, Tootoo hit him hard at the other end.
Clean hit, though. It looked
like it.
Yeah.
And Newbury didn't like it. He slashed him pretty hard first coming out of the Flyer zone, and then from behind, a pretty nasty slash in the back of the knee, and Tootoo's looking over at the penalty box. We won't tell you what you can't read lips. You don't need to know what he said, but I can tell you it wasn't Happy Thanksgiving. We got the number. Here's the hit. Right there. That was a clean hit.
Yep.
There's the flash right there. See, watch this one. Nasty. In the back of the knee. Them don't tickle. So you can bet that it'll be revisited, those 2 guys down the road here.
They meet 2 more times. 1 more time here, another in Philadelphia. They'll meet here next December 4th at Philadelphia on January the 28th. So including the 97 finals, the Red Wings are now 18-1-2. They're past 21 in this building against Philadelphia. So the Flyers losing ways in here continue. Back to the 80s, their last win. And Detroit, highest scoring output of the season. They net 5 and win by 3 to stop a 2-game skid to go to 3-2 on the year. The Flyers fall to 1-5.
Well, a lot better tonight for the Detroit Red Wings for sure. They had lots of jump. There was some urgency in their game. You know, Tootoo didn't play very much. He always gives you energy when you see him, even a couple of shifts a period. And that man, Jimmy Howard, as far as I'm concerned, allowed this game to go away for Detroit.